Yes, people. Saeed, welcome to the Mandem chat, the Mandem talk. That's the new show on a Wednesday. We're live in the building. Wednesday debrief. Big up to the Mandem involved. We've got a man like Kaz here. What are you saying, Kaz? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Alhamdulillah, all the time. This is nice to be on the Mandem pod, isn't it? You get
me? Come on. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. You know what I'm saying? And we've got a man like Tyrone in the building. Tyrone, what are you telling me?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. It was sick to link up with everyone on Sunday. Obviously, positive spirits between us, man. Just a shame about the result. But, you know, we're going to have ups and downs this season. That's why I like this. I like this podcast, man. We talk about it all, man. So big up everyone. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're liking. You find us at Trafford Tunnel as well down below. And you know what it is, man?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Mussa will be coming to join us soon and whatnot. But yeah, man, big up to everybody. Like I said, make sure you hit the like button from the off, people. Make sure you subscribe to the Mandem. Link is in the description. But where do we start, man? You know what, man? We're gonna have to pull up your tweet, Tyrone, if you don't mind. But you know, you tweeted before, man. You're a bit worried and whatnot, and it's concerning times, man, at the minute, man, for every United fan right now, because we're stuck in limbo, man. We don't know what's going on. The club are not briefing anything out. You know what I mean? It's worrying times. But you tweeted this earlier. Make sure you go follow people on Twitter. The things I'm hearing about Man United right now, wouldn't surprise me if Ten Hag walked in 2 months. It's mad, you know, like we're talking like this, and it's like he's just only played his first game. It's crazy, man. When you think about
it is, man, and I think obviously I can't go into the full depth of what
I've been told,
of course. But if I'm honest with you, the rumblings I'm hearing already on little things that become big things, basically, it's not good, man. It's not what you want when you've got a new manager coming into a club like Manchester United, when you know Man United are saying they're going to change this, they're going to change this with the board and so forth. Then you've got a new manager, he's put his targets out there, and we already know that, come on, the proof's in the pudding. The targets that he wants, the people that he wants through the door are not quite happening. You got Martinez for 54 million. Yes, he might have wanted him. You've got Ericsson, he was a free. You've got Malacia for 13 million. At the end of the day, like, we all can see as Man United fans and know it's not good enough. And I think when you break it down now, when I look at the rumblings I'm hearing compared to, you know, other clubs, it's not just Man United has signed 3 players. You look at what we've lost as well. Whether they were playing or not, you still lost Pogba, yeah? You still lost Matic. You still lost Lingard. You still lost Mata. You've got Eric Bailly and Phil Jones that potentially are going out the door. Lindelof that's now not in the squad. Like, we needed players plus players, because you need to replace the players that are going on a free, and then you need players that are actually going to come in and improve the squad, which we haven't had really anyway. So if I'm honest with you, man, I think there's a lot of work to be done. And I personally think, and with my tweet, I kind of added on what I felt of the information I got. And I just thought, if things carry on like this and the season doesn't go that great, and we're in the same position again next summer, I have no qualms in seeing Ten Hag potentially just walk from the club. Because Saeed, he is not in the position that he's not wanted by other clubs. This is Erik Ten Hag, who's been with Ajax, a good board, and you know what he's done. If he left Man United, I'll be honest with you, there will be a host of clubs stepping in for him. It's not like Mourinho, where Mourinho left and everyone's like, yeah, you know what, he's dusted, like he's going to Rome or whatever. This is a manager coming into his prime. People will bite their hands off for him. So I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit worried, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm just getting some news now from Gerard Romero, who's linked with Barcelona, gets exclusive news from Barcelona. He's reported that Chelsea want to sign both Frankie de Jong and Aubameyang key hours ahead. Kaz, man, obviously United are still in for him. The Dutch reporter reported today. He said United have agreed a fee with his agent. Again, doesn't really mean anything when you haven't agreed anything in terms of personal terms with de Jong. It's a kind of a non-story, but just by looking at this news now, you know what I mean? And obviously the main topic we're going to discuss, but where are you on this with this Frankie de Jong situation? A lot of people are saying, you know what, forget it, let's move on. But then again, we don't have, viable targets in that key position. You know, Rabiot's not the same player as de Jong, is he? Let's be real.
No. See, the thing is, yeah, I'm bored of the de Jong saga, but at the same time, it's just, I'm still like, I want to remain positive. Like, I hate to be that guy, man. I hate to be that guy, but I still think he comes to United, man. I still think he does. Reason being is because we've been in there for longer. I reckon maybe. Call me deluded. Sorry, I'm burping. I just had some noodles, so bear with me. But I still think he comes. I don't know why. Like, if you're seeing, I don't know how much if you're agreeing with the age and this type, like we're more advanced than Chelsea are with everything, and he would suit Man United a lot more. But at the same time, I wouldn't blame him if he goes to Chelsea as well, because what's going on at Man United? Can you say what with this? It's reaction after one game. Yeah, it can be deemed that, but at the same time, can you blame anyone for being like that? No, you can't. But so if Chelsea getting big up that, and then it might actually change this whole perspective of United transfers and stuff like that. But you can't just have Rabiot. Like, I don't mind Rabiot as when he plays more of a deeper role in a six. I get it. When he played for France, he's a bit more higher up. Pogba, he was there, and Kante was doing a lot of the work. But this ain't France. This ain't international ball. I think his better seasons were.
It's going to become the Pogba
PSG,
situation.
Juve,
it's going to become the Pogba.
Yeah. And the thing is, you have to. We still need. The thing is, even with Rabiot, we still need a playmaker. Like, regardless, we need a low center of gravity playmaker, because then Rabiot is. I don't get this McTominay comparison. He's not an advanced 8 for me whatsoever. He can do a lot of the work. Like, prior to that, he can definitely do a couple runs from the left-hand side. But we don't get either a hard-hitting DM or a low center gravity center mid, then this is a fat flop, like massive flop of a transfer window. It already is. But I'm still kind of like, I don't know if you're going to go onto it a bit later with the other transfer news. Are you doing that later, or do you want to rant now?
Yeah, we'll discuss everything, man. This is the transfer window, isn't it? It's all muddled up, man. So United, you can't even really have somewhere to talk about. It's literally, Man United is such in a mess right now that we could talk about everything and everything. You know what I mean?
All right, then Gakpo, if we get Gakpo, that is one massive positive from this window. Like, I'm not going to say I know loads about him, but I've seen a few. Like, I did say the other day, was it yesterday? I saw like I beat about 5 or 6 games in the Eredivisie last season, including PSV. And he's a baller. Like, there's no wonder why 5 Premier League clubs are actually chasing this man. If we're leading a race and we get him, great. But he's not a right winger, so that don't solve that issue there. And maybe that goes to show that maybe Garnacho might be going to get some more minutes at that as well. Then if that's going to be the case, but I can't see it happening. Knowing this club, it's going to be Elanga, and I don't want to maybe try Elanga at right back, like maybe.
Nah. Don't. What's the saying? Don't fit.
Antonio Valencia.
Don't fit square holes in. What's the old saying? Don't fit something in square holes.
Round pegs or something. Yeah.
Round pegs in square holes.
Right, question. I got a question for both of you then, and the guys in the comments. Who do you have at right back? Elanga or Aaron Wan-Bissaka? This is how dangerous we get into.
Man. But again, I don't want that kind of question. Them kind of questions, nah, man. It's gonna mess up the people's brain. Let me just read the super chat. Glenn Daly. I didn't compare Rabiot to Pogba. What I compared was when Kaz was talking about his preferred position. We're gonna have another situation where what's Rabiot's best position? Is he further forward? So again, like I said to you, we have it that sort of level of profile of player. We don't even know what he's good at. But I just want to come to you, Tyrone. Yeah. Is this transfer window? Have we had a plan this transfer window? Because I just look at it thinking, was it actually De Jong or was there a second plan B? Like, in your opinion, what was the plan this summer for Man United and Ten Hag?
I genuinely think that with the plan, I think Ten Hag is a bit now we're actually getting deeper into the window. I think people have got to open their minds up, and start saying, right, is Ten Hag part to blame for some of this now? Like, we've been always like, it's Murtough and the board and stuff. Now I'm actually starting to think, do you know what? Let's see the overall thing. Now I'm starting to put Ten Hag into some of this, because at the end of the day, he is still the manager. He's still the one making decisions, right? And what I think's happened is, he's gone with De Jong as his number one target. He wanted Jurriën Timber as his number one target, didn't come. And I think he's tried to follow the Pep blueprint, right? And I think it's gone wrong. So Pep, every time he wants a player, he says, right, he'll put 2 names. Say he wants a centre mid, he'll say, right, 2 names. If you can't get them, don't get anyone. And I feel like Ten Hag's gone with the same approach. Get De Jong. If you can't get him, I'll just work with what I've got. And I think the difference is, we're not where Manchester City and we're not where Liverpool are. Ten Hag needs to come in and realise that the Premier League is a different type of league. I think Pep said, after his first few games, wow, the physicality and the difference is huge. I need to open up my mind a bit. And I think Ten Hag's going to find this out quickly, because you can't be at Manchester United where we're finishing 6th, battling for top 4, people see him battling for top 8 even, and just have one target per position. at the end of the day, we look at this Man United squad and we can all sit here as Man United fans, even after the first game, even after pre-season where there was a few positives, and can say there is a lot of people in Europe that improve Manchester United. It's not like we're a top club and we can be picky and choosy and say, do you know what, we're fine because we've got X, Y, and Z. We haven't got X, Y, and Z. We need A, B, and C. We're struggling with the first forefront of the team. So for me, I'm stuck now because I feel like Ten Hag gave a list of targets and it was probably a small list, which he said, I've gave a small list of targets. I want the right players. I'll be honest with you, we could get a lot of right players for this team. So at the moment, right now, with 3 weeks to go, I'm starting to ping a little bit on Ten Hag because I'm like, is this guy really just having a small window when really you can see we need a big window? And if we go into the rest of the season with the squad we've got now and even get 1 or 2 players, bro, I'm still worried about top 6, depending on who comes in. But I just think that, they've tried this new approach and they probably banked on getting the players that Ten Hag listed, like De Jong and Timber, for example, and it's backfired. And now they're scrambling like egg. And I'm worried now, man. I don't like these.
No, of course, man.
Listen, put it this way, Saeed, right? Last point, yeah? This Rabiot thing. I'm happy for Rabiot to come as long as he comes with another midfielder. But Juve have wanted to get rid of Rabiot for time. I'm talking time. Now, don't tell me now that Ten Hag has all of a sudden had Rabiot on his plans for months, but you're waiting to lose the first game of the season to tell me Rabiot is one of your targets. If Juve want to sell and you want him, you would have had it done 2 months ago. I can't get it.
Absolutely. We've got a super chat here from... is it Masood Fazali? He says, how reliable is Simon Stone? Read his tweet from 1:11 p.m. Is it something United fans should take seriously? Mussa, man, we're hearing big things now in terms of Barcelona. Barcelona have told Frankie de Jong's agent that the player must reduce salary or leave. He does not want to in the first place. But he's also saying that Chelsea want Frankie de Jong and Aubameyang key hours ahead. We're just talking about the transfer window. Who's got control? We were talking about so many players in the past, but where are you on this transfer window, man? Tyrone saying now the manager has to take some part of the blame. Who's in control for you of this transfer window? Because there's conflicting reports out there.
I don't know, man. I think our expectations have changed from when we had Solskjaer to Ten Hag. Even when Ten Hag came in, if we can take it back there, I think as a fan base, our expectations changed in terms of the type of manager we were getting and what we were sold with Ten Hag. And now looking back at the whole transfer window as a whole, I think this is just testimony to how messed up we are above in terms of the people running the club. Because even when we took Ten Hag in, the only reason as a fan base we didn't kick up a fuss and say that we demand a manager there and then, like we demand a Ten Hag, we demand Conte then and there and then, was because we believed we were taking on Ragnick, who was then going to go upstairs, who was going to be a part of the signings and bringing in and getting rid of players moving into this season. So the only reason we kept quiet and accepted that was because we thought we had someone who understood football and was going to be able to help the next manager. But the Man United board or whoever runs the ship, they had a different idea. They knew what they were doing. They were just basically keeping us quiet. So if we went down this road of getting rid of Ragnick, who already had a list of players that he thought we need to get rid of and bring in for the next manager who was going to play a new attractive, style of football, why did we get rid of someone who'd put in so much work, and that was the reason that we brought him in, to now be in this situation? The only reason we're in this situation is because we don't have what Ragnick put together. We don't have that because now we're only being linked with players that it's either Ten Hag coached, was in the Dutch league, or he knows somehow, some way. So that shows you that our own scouting network has nothing to do with this window. Because the person who was getting prepared to bring in players or to help us was Ragnick, who then got fired. And Eric Ten Hag didn't really keep any of
So you're trying to say you don't trust him? You don't trust him, you're trying to say?
No, I don't trust anyone. So I'm thinking, because if we're leaving it
don't trust anyone.
Because my thing is, if we're leaving it to Eric, he's just going to bring in what he knows. But I'm thinking there is a load of top players out there who Man United were linked to when Ragnick wanted them and they said no. That Casado guy that was at Brighton,
I know.
he wanted him. We said no. The other guy that went to Everton, that was basically on the free as well. Not Everton, that went to Villa. What's his name in the middle?
Kamara.
We didn't want him. A couple players from Leipzig.
Lima. They want him.
Lima, Sesko, the guy that we just missed out on. There's a load of players that we could have got.
Alvarez.
We could have had a different, transfer window to what we're having now. Even the guy that Liverpool's got in now. What's his name?
Who?
Who?
Darwin Núñez.
Núñez. But the other guys, they got in January. He wanted him.
Rabiot.
The one Liverpool got in January.
Luis Diaz.
Diaz,
I remember that one as well. Yeah,
I remember he wanted Diaz. So there's a load of players.
And Vlahovic as well. Imagine.
Do you think though, Musa? Because what you're saying is very true, yeah. Because I was just saying before you came on. Remember, Ragnick said we needed 10 players. I was just saying to these lot before, 5 of them were probably because we needed 5 new players anyway, and 5 were to replace the people we lost on free transfers. Because, like I said, we lost Pogba, Matic, Mata, Lingard, and so forth. Do you think, that because Ragnick come in and was just spitting very much the truth and actually caring about what I would think, when sometimes they have that saying, truth hurts. Man United were hurting because they were like, this guy is actually spitting everything we want to keep in house. So they got rid.
Yeah, 100%. I believe that, but I also believe there's something sinister about what's going on there, where they were like, this guy's too expensive. What he wants us to do is going to cost us too much money. Do we really even want to invest that much money into Man United? So I feel like they let him on to think that he had a say so, to think that he was. Then you remember before he even left the club and he ended up going to be a manager, international manager. We were hearing he's only going to work 3 days a month and all that nonsense.
I remember. I know.
You know what I'm trying to say? So they set him up. So now we have Ten Hag, who, for the life of me, the level of coach that he is and what I believe he's able to deliver, he has never, ever had a McTominay and Fred in his midfield. He's never had to deal with that level of rubbish.
So there's man in his former academies that are better than them too.
I know. So why in the world has he started the season with them in? Because forget about signings. There's a load of other players I play in that middle of the park before I play them too. He can start Gardner and Eriksen in there if he wants.
Do you reckon he's done that because he's thinking what's available? I think that's what we said. Like,
there is available though. Why don't you put Eriksen and Gardner in there?
I think maybe potentially he didn't want to go with that too at first because it's probably you need energy in that part, and he thought who's the fittest? Let me go with the fittest available team. Maybe he just thought that.
For them too, there's no excuse. This is where I will forgive him for anything. But everyone knows that these two players cannot play. At least one of them. At least start with Fred and put someone else in there. But the fact that he went with these two is unforgivable for me. Like, I'll make any excuse that I can make for him. But you think about it, guys. Think about what we had to endure last season and for the last 2 seasons with Fred, with these two in midfield. How can a manager come on a training field, see them do what they're doing and think, I'm going to go to Brighton, a football inside, and put these two in there. And with the form that Bruno Fernandes is in as well, he placates midfield.
You know what's mad? You know what's mad? Oh, do you want to
let me just read the super chat here. Mussa coming with the facts. When Ralph left, I stopped caring. We've already started falling, so it's downhill from here. So wait and see forever. But go on, Kaz. Big up to
I was saying
Smile.
I was saying I was gonna say, like, you see him hook Fred off at whatever time, and then he hooked McTominay off at like 70 minutes as well. That's your 2 holding midfield. Why are you hooking 2 midfield? That just tells me, you know what? I'm not impressed. I'm pretty much done. You see
what his quote said? You see what he said though after the game? He said when we played with Eriksen, you could see the quality changed. Like he said,
basically. When you saw Eriksen and Donny in the middle of the park, I saw us start moving a bit different.
And how funny is it, that you have to play Eriksen in a role that he's not really played before, the deep role, just to see the quality. Like, do you know what it is, There's only one positive I see from this. And I said it with you, Side, when we were watching the game, after the game, and Cass. I said, the one positive from this is that you get big up Grizz. I'm with him tonight at 10 o'clock, man. Big up Grizz.
Yeah, man. Big up Grizz, man.
The only positive I can see from it, is that because they started and we played shit, So about my language side, we played shit.
No, let's go for it.
The bottom line is they have played themselves out the side. So like Cass said, because they were both dragged and we both lost, we lost. they won't get a game for a minute now, or one of them will get a game, and that will potentially be Fred, because Fred's better than McTominay, I would say, especially in the holding role as well, and even as a player. So I'm thinking, yes, do you know what? We're not going to see them for a minute, and I think where I'm struggling now, is that as much as I can say Ten Hag's partly to blame a bit with the board as well, because this is dragging on and taking a long time, I'm actually feeling sorry for Ten Hag, because he is a proper coach, and I know that he can improve these players. I know he can do well with these players. However, with the squad and what he's got right now, that is capped. You can only do so much with what we've got right now. But if you bring in, even if you bring in Rabiot and another midfielder, I know people don't like Rabiot.
Are you taking Rabiot, by the way? Are you taking Rabiot?
Yeah, I'm taking Rabiot. So yes, I'm taking
him.
Rabiot. There's a reason he's played for France. There's a reason he played for PSG, was talented. There's a reason he played for Juve, and yes, it didn't quite work out. But if there's a manager that can maybe fine-tune and get the best out of Rabiot, it's probably Ten Hag. Get another midfielder in, and that's 2 at least fresh faces. And for me, I'm not saying that Rabiot is going to be electric, it's going to be exciting. I'm actually going to be with the excuse that a lot of people don't like. He is better for me than McTominay straight away. So I just want an instant upgrade. My eyes are bleeding watching this guy on the pitch. It was one of the worst performances I've seen live. So for me, I just feel sorry for Ten Hag, because right now I can see the coaching. I can see what he's trying to do, especially on Sunday. But we're capped because these players can't do what he wants to do. So as long as they're here, Ten Hag is going to suffer. And we're going to see win, loss, draw, win, loss, draw. And then people can only be so patient. Yeah, you know, this thing of, let's be patient with Ten Hag. Everyone wants to give him time because we can see the long-term project. We're sitting and saying this now in August. I guarantee, and this is no offense to the guys in the comments, keep liking and subscribing. But if our results don't pick up and after game week 10, we are struggling, you will see people starting to blame Ten Hag. They'll say it's the manager. And this is the thing. And this is why I'm like, we need to invest.
You know where Ten Hag has to take blame is this over belief in his abilities to coach.
Yes,
but
Mussa.
my thing is, he has to take blame for that, because you can't. He thinks to himself, I know what I've done with players A, B, and C. I can make Fred this, and I can make McTominay this. I can make Rabiot this. How many managers have tried to make Rabiot what you think you're going to do to him in a low confidence?
I get what you mean. He has to let go, that ego maybe that you might have.
That ego, you can't. That's what I'm trying to say. There's certain players. Look at Pep. Pep will have a big boy player. He'll try a thing. Like, it's the example. Bruno Fernandes is getting dragged off at halftime for Pep. If Pep tells you stop spraying the ball and you spray it 2 or 3, you're coming off. Forget what it is. Now, how many times is Bruno gonna go against Ten Hag's what he wants him to do? How many times is McTominay and Fred going to do that before you just pull them off? Like, I would rate Ten Hag if I saw him pull one of them man off. Say, what? You man, just come off the pitch. Then I'll be like, okay, all this hype that you're giving, like, cool. I believe in his managerial skills. I believe in it. But you see this that he's trying to go on like he's the dictator. What he says goes. He's kind of hyping because he's letting Ronaldo slide and he's letting certain people on the pitch do what they want to do. Why the heck are you still letting Bruno Fernandes spray balls? Just take him off the pitch.
I think for me,
do you think? Sorry, quick. Oh no, read that first.
Yeah, Masood says surely Tielemans is better than Rabiot. Why aren't we going for a Premier League proven player? The guy literally is begging to leave Leicester. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie to you, Tielemans would be more suited than Rabiot. But that's another whole conversation. But then again, I'm
so
happy.
Many people that we could have got. This is why I'm kind of Ten Hag, because he came out here and said, you know how he talks. It's not about any player. It's about the right player. It's not about any player. It's about. So you're telling me the last 2 players we've been linked with are the right players? You're going to tell me Rabiot is the right player for Man United? So you've been holding out.
That's what I'm saying. Who's doing this? Who's
doing this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's making phone calls and he's speaking to Rabiot. I'm thinking, so you've waited until the Premier League started to realize that Rabiot is the right type of player you want at Man United, who's only worth £50 million. You get Rabiot in
months ago,
and they wanted to go months ago. So you get Rabiot in from the get-go and getting training and do it. If Rabiot came in right at the beginning of the transfer window, every single one of us would have said, okay, 15 million, this is what he wants. Okay, would have saw him train, saw him on pre-season. He might have even convinced us throughout the pre-season that, we got a player here. But we're just bringing him in at the start of the season. Ten Hag, for me, has to stop telling us it's a certain type of player that he wants. If that's the case, play Gardner, play Zidane, play the young bucks, just play them. If you're going to go on and build these type of players, and I don't want to hear people say, I said Premier League, you can't get away with it. Bruv, we've got away with Fred and McTominay in the Premier League, so we can get away with the young bucks. I'm telling you that for free.
Kaz, what do you reckon in terms of the Rabiot situation? Is it a Ten Hag signing? You know, who's in control for you of this transfer window? Because a lot of people are saying, you know, if it is on Ten Hag, then Ten Hag, you know what I mean, this is his decision and we have to back it, etc., etc. But I get Mussa, you have to ask these questions, by the way. It's not a direct criticism at Ten Hag, but I feel like we're almost letting this transfer window go by and we're like, shit, like, what's going on here? Like, you know, when you have a mess and you still see it there, but you don't do anything about it.
I'll clean it up tomorrow. I'll
clean up tomorrow. Yeah. But we're not cleaned up tomorrow, and it's just piling up. You know when the mess is piling up, Kaz, yeah? When will we actually analyze that and say who's in control of this transfer window? Why is this transfer window messed up? I get the De Jong situation.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
But, yeah.
Bro, it's our owners. That's why.
Yeah.
It all stems from right to the top. That's what the club's gonna like. That's the way it's gonna look like. Your manager, your team's got to look like what your manager wants, and this, that, and the other. The face of your company, which is the Glazers, is what the club is what it's gonna look like at the end of the day. And it's a shit show, bro. You know what? I wouldn't care if we got relegated this season. I would care, but I wouldn't, because I know facts. It gets them fuckers out that little bit more quicker. And maybe it might take us to finish 18th for them to drop some more shares so they get out, because they can't afford it at the end of the day.
Listen,
that's it.
I agree with you. If we're giving up seasons from now, we might as well just had the season in the Championship and then came back up. If we're going to be giving away seasons, we might as well just had one in the Championship.
But we can rectify it though. There's still 3 weeks left of the transfer window. Are we saying that 3 weeks is not enough to
go and get me Neves then? Go to Wolves and slap down the money and get Neves.
I think it's too late, Neves, man. I think it's too late, man.
You're saying we can rectify it. It's never too late.
No, but certain transfers, I think for me, they're not going to go in now. That's why you should have worked it 3 weeks ago.
£70 million slapped on Wolves' table, pay the 20 million in access because of.
Shall I say why Wolves won't sell him to us? Wolves are chasing the same position that we're going to be chasing, Mandem.
You know why they're selling?
Wolves are not position 7 or 8.
I think the difference is he would want to come. Go and slap £70 million there. It's hard to turn down 70 M's, you know. 70 M's is not small boy money. It's not easy to turn down. And you know what's mad? You know what's mad, guys? Wolves are in a better position to do without Neves than we are. They'll most probably just pull someone out of the bag and we'll be like, rah, what happened here? People are always pulling people out of the bag. Look at Brighton. We thought they were done with Basuma. They just pulled man out of the bag.
Yeah, they had Casado there ready. 12 million as well, you know. And do you know what makes it worse, yeah? I was looking at a tweet. I reposted the other day. This is United's double pivots since in the Premier League, the last 7 seasons, yeah? 2016-17, Fellaini Herrera. 2017-2018, Matic Pogba. 2018-2019, Pereira Fred. 19-20, McTominay Pogba. 2021, McTominay Pogba. 21-22, McTominay Fred. 22-23, McTominay Fred. Now, that last 7 years, yeah, is horrific. We can go back further. The year when people were saying that Matic, Herrera, and Pogba was a brilliant midfield, let's not get it twisted. It was okay. Yeah, individual-wise, it was okay. But really, is that winning the Champions League? Is that winning Premier League titles? Is that doing the rest?
No, we still lack a dictator, though. We still lack a dictator, bro.
Bro, it's
we lack a lot.
Shocking, yeah. We haven't had a dictator since Michael Carrick bust out in 2015. It's ridiculous, yeah. And I'm just in this position now with the owners, Castle. I think you're bang on right. At the end of the day, all business models and everything stems from the top. They're not interested. They don't care. And you know what worries me, yeah, the most, and which pisses me off the most? If they go and slap the club, and I don't really like talking about the Glazers, I try and hold my tongue, but if they go and slap the club for sale tomorrow, I'm guaranteeing you now, if Chelsea had 100 people lining up in the consortiums to try and buy that club, we would have 200. It's Manchester United, a massive global club, and would have owners that care about it, that will make massive decisions and quickly as well. They are starving us. They're going to keep us like this. And to be honest, Mandem, I don't really see it changing, no matter who the manager is right now, because like I said to you, Ten Hag needs his players in. And at the end of the day, you look at the Liverpool print, Alisson, 60 million, Van Dijk, 80 million, Darwin Núñez, 80 million. But do they transform that side? Have they made them much better? They will, and they have. And we ain't doing that right now. And the money we've spent have been on dumb transfers.
But we're getting also buoyed. I don't get it. Like, example, this Rabiot thing, we're going to buy Rabiot, and then Juventus are looking at Leonardo Paredes from PSG.
Why are we?
And I'm
Red is it?
thinking,
Why are we not?
why are we not getting him? He's like he does what we need. He's a baller. He's tenacious. You know, he's like he does what we
And a
need.
DM.
He's available. So what we
Yeah.
doing?
I don't
know,
get
man.
it. There's something up there in that board or sign that's telling them we don't need a DM, we don't need a 6 or something. We got Scott McTominay. I don't know, man. I don't know, but this guy. It's not even. It's not even McTominay's fault. That's the worst part
This
about it.
one's
You know what?
here.
It's not actually his fault.
This one here is the biggest one. And by the way, there's 1.1k in the building, man. There's only 200 likes, people, man. I don't know what you guys are doing, man. Guys,
Wait, Said, wait one second. Before you do anything, yeah. Unless this, like, I'm not joking. I would literally. This is you take your time out of your day. Ty, you taking time out of your day. Mussa's had the rush back from thing to come and do this as well. Yeah. And I'm not joking. I would literally stop talking until I see about 500 likes. I'm not kidding. That's the way I personally do things because it's actually a disrespect to you and your show. This is what you do, innit?
Big
You're
up
giving free
everybody
content.
watching, man. Absolutely.
Come
Big
on,
up everybody
guys.
watching, man.
Come on, guys.
But you
Let's
know,
press
Fabian
this
Ruiz.
like.
Absolutely, man. Fabian Ruiz, man. You know, PSG, yeah? Let me just tell you something about PSG, yeah? They got in a Campos. That could have been our Ragnick, by the way. They brought in a Campos and they brought in Renato Sanchez. They're about to bring in Fabian Ruiz. They brought in Fetinia, who were linked with us. They brought in Mukiele. They have brought in Atike. They have brought in... Who else have they brought in? Yeah, that's the 5 signings they bought, right? And they're apparently wanted to get 2 more after Fabian Ruiz, man. A Campos, mate. That is what you call a sporting director.
proper.
I'm
You know
sorry,
what,
man.
yeah?
We've got John Murtough, who, again, I've said it for me for the job from the top, yeah? Jobs for the boys, man. This guy has been recruited within. It's always going to be a bad story when you've got a guy who was doing a completely different role about a year ago, and all of a sudden, it's like lambs to the slaughter. Man United have just given him a role because you know what? Woodward has got bad press at the minute. John Murtough, he's got a fancy name. He's got... It was never going to happen. And that's why, for me, this is why I blame the club and not Ten Hag. It's because he don't trust them. But how have you got to that mess? You have to ask yourself that question. Why have you got to the point where a manager isn't able to say, you know what? Give me the players that you recommend me. He's like, no. You, man, are buying McTominay, Fred, and them, man, and they're not good at Wan-Bissaka, 50 million. He's supposed to be a starter, but he's not.
And this is where I feel for Ten Hag because he's come from a team that's so well run, so well documented, does everything what is needed. He just gives them the job and they do it. They work together as a team. They don't even have a team here because at the end of the day, yeah, did you remember when Overmars got dismissed or whatever? Ten Hag was actually disappointed in the whole situation because he's like, I work so closely with Overmars. I work so closely with Van der Sar that we're like a team. We're a unit, yeah. And then, I'll just run the stream for a bit, but this side will be back in a sec. But yeah, when you think about it, guys, like you've got Ten Hag, and then you've got Murtough, and then you've got the Glazers. But for me, and whoever the CEO is, Richard Arnold. But for me, there's no connect between the 4 of them or the 3 of them. Whereas when you're Ajax, you can see they all work together as a team. Look at Pep. Every time he's having their meetings with Terji Beckerstein and whoever they are, and the owners, Khaldoon, they're all in sync. They all align. For us lot, it's literally trying to play Connect 4, but we're trying to play Connect 6 because there's nothing connecting in there. And I just don't know where I'm looking at the light and seeing where things are changing. Because for me, right,
because they don't like football, bro.
About it, you got Tottenham now doing well, Arsenal recruiting well, trying to change it. You got obviously City, Liverpool anyway. Chelsea have got new owners who have come in and said, we're doing this. And they are doing this right now, yeah? And hopefully, obviously, for their sake, they get De Jong for their sake.
But even teams around us now.
Saeed, there you go. Took the words out of my mouth. You got Newcastle now. You got West Ham. Newcastle, West Ham. Who else can I name? There's probably Aston Villa that are spending still, whether they're performing or not. Gerrard's crap, but still they're spending. We're in a battle with these. Leicester City. We're in a battle with these, man, more than we are with our rivals now.
Yeah. That's why I said to you about Neves. That's why I said to you about Neves, yeah, Mussa, is that why would Wolves sell us Neves when they're so close to us? Why would they? Let's be real.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because it's for me, it's always about money. I think if these guys are ready to spend the money. That I'll be happy if all the money we had left, if say it's 100 million, I'll be happy if we spend 100 million in midfield. I don't care if we don't buy anyone else anywhere else. Sort out that engine room. I would go with the youngsters up front. I will go with the youngsters to pull us out of games with goals here and there, but put the ball in front of goal for them. But we need to sort out this midfield. I just can't get over the midfield, and also I'm looking at teams that's able to use the loan system or the free system, get players on loan. Like how many players has Barcelona loaned out? These men are trying to get their wage bill down. If you can pay the wage for some of these ballers, some of their right backs and midfield, like a lot of these teams have stacked up on quality midfielders, quality fullbacks, and that's why you're seeing them able to go out or they're able to sell them on now. And we're looking at some of their midfielders and fullbacks that they're selling and thinking, right, he's a good player, because they stack up on them. We don't stack up on anything. If you look at teams like Chelsea, the amount of players they let go, and they're letting go like Werner and all that, they're not known to be bad players. Do you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine Man United having someone like Werner at that age and saying you can just go back to Leipzig? We're not doing that. We're holding on to him, putting him onto a new contract. All of that is an asset. Can you imagine Manchester United? It's like Lukaku. These men bought Lukaku for 100 M's and just sent him back the next season.
But we don't do that though. Like I said to you, big up to Owinski. It was naive for Eric Ten Hag to believe the board would get the job done. They're toothless and useless. Now we are forced to scramble scraps, and then we've got LVG warned him. Don't feel sorry for him at all. Again, Miles, man, that's a bit too strong, man. Again, it's a job that any manager in world football still wants. I know it sounds crazy, but
he's too happy to be here, though, man. He's letting me down.
Well, listen,
he wants to be the guy. He wants to be the guy because if you're the man that does change Man United's fortunes, you're going to be remembered forever. You want to be the guy. That's the tempting part.
But Conte's on it as well. Conte's the man that will have a good steak and be like, "It was all right. It was all right." You know what I'm saying? He won't big it up. It was like, 7 out of 10. 7. Our manager's like, everything's 10-10. I'm happy with it.
I think you will learn. I think you will learn, though. I think he'll learn. He'll need to learn as well, by the way, Tyrone, quicker, because again, these guys will throw him under the bus, man. And whether you like it or not, they'll be nice to your face now, but later on they'll throw it to your face.
Did you see the second goal? McTominay and Fred running back trying to get the ball.
2-yard passes that didn't even go. It didn't even complete.
Honestly, we were all at the game seeing the same thing, and it was just horrific. Honestly, we couldn't string any passes together.
For real. But how do you go through all the centre mids in the world and you come out and you got problems already in adjustment and you click Rabiot, bro, and be like, yeah, that man will do.
This is why I want to 10
The thing is,
this is why I want to him.
You'd be good for 6 months, because he wants to get in that French squad. But what happens after that is what we're gonna have to endure, bro. You know what? It's such a
I think people though with Rabiot, the only thing that's keeping me, everyone's been so negative about the Rabiot transfer. I'm not gonna try and come on a positive and say it's gonna be amazing. Same. Everyone's been so like, I don't want him. He's this, he's that. That he actually might surprise a few people because at 27 now, he probably wants to make the most out of his career as well. There is something in him as a player. Yes, I know his mum comes with baggage. He has a bit of attitude, but I'm not just throwing my towel in and saying, you know what, this guy is a boxer, but he can't fight.
He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player, Tyrone.
He's
underwhelming.
I think Saeed's point's the main one. Do you play him as a 6? Do you play him as an 8? I think that's more the problem rather than him, the player.
Nah, why would you do that? I'd rather fork out a little bit more for another player that's pretty much in the same position as him. Like,
how did you miss out on Basuma, who was 10 million more? How did you miss out on all of these players to go to the? Remember, we're going to the pick of players who we've started a new season with, and no one's bought them. Nobody wants Rabiot. Rabiot's leaving next season on a free contract.
Apparently, Juve fans are celebrating. Man.
We're not getting and so I'm saying, how do we get a player that nobody wants the Premier League
as well? These players are not even wanted by Milan too much, bro. Benes is a big baller, Algerian brother, fam. He don't even, I think he's quoted around 40-45 million. Like, come on, like,
but you know what it is? I've chatted to someone the other day that likes Milan, and they were saying because Kessie's gone, he will get more game time again this season.
What about Kessie? What about Kessie?
I would bring him. If Barcelona can't register him, bring him on a Sunday. I'll pick him up on a boat or something. I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying. There's players out there. I just feel like this is why I'm on to Ten Hag, because let me show you.
You're not doing too much, though, Mussa, man. You need to chill a little bit.
One thing I'll say on Ten Hag is that I believe in his coaching ability and everything. But one thing I'll say, after his first picks, in terms of De Jong, Anthony, Nunes, he wanted up front. Who else did he want? After his first picks, everyone's dead. Like the who's the B list? Who's the C list? After the A list, every single player on the B list I wouldn't take at United.
I know, man. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's what can you do though? This is the thing for me. Yeah, like I'm just trusting the manager, and you know what? For me, at the end of the season, I will draw my conclusion on the manager. But right now, we just have to trust the manager. Like I know it sounds hard, and I know a lot of people are pissed off. Yeah, I had my initial outrage. I was like, Arnautovic, absolute hell no. Rabiot, underwhelming. But at the same time, I've just got to trust the manager because at the end of the day, we've gone and bought certain players that we didn't want, and they were Woodward signings. Now we've got players that are, I'm led to believe that apparently Ten Hag has been chasing Rabiot for a couple of weeks. That's what the reports are saying. If that means he's been chased for a couple of weeks, that's a specific signing from him. The Arnautovic one, I'm not sure. But the Rabiot one, apparently we've been chasing for a couple of weeks.
I can tell you, Said, Arnautovic was him.
Arnautovic was him? Okay.
That stinks. I can't lie. That stinks.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Again, man, what do I do, man? What do I do with that information, man?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what I've resigned to, Said? And I want to bring up something interesting in a second as well. Another topic randomly, it might catch you guys off guard. But in regards to this Ten Hag thing, yeah, I've said it from time. He is that manager I'm the most happy with since Fergie's gone. I don't care about the big names, the Mourinho's and Van Gaals. I do believe in Ten Hag. I believe in what he's going to do. But at the end of the day, like we just said earlier, if we get into this Brentford game, lose, get Liverpool game, lose, then we play Southampton, win that, but then we got Leicester, Chelsea in that after. The results are business. That's how everyone's judged. A results thing. Fans will turn. Whether I like Ten Hag or not, I will stick with him, but fans will turn. But for me, I think where we've got to be now is that word patience. I have got patience, yeah, and I'm happy to see us suffer this year, finish 8th, 9th, or whatever, because better football first for me than, you know, the trophies and that come after. However, there's a difference. There's patience with Ten Hag, which I can have, but then there's patience with the board and the plan with Ten Hag. Now, for me, I see patience with Ten Hag and I can see what football he wants to play. I don't see patience with a plan, and that's two different things. There is no plan right now in how to help Ten Hag and how to get the signings he wants. And for me,
what do you think about
that's going to be his failure.
Who's Rabiot signing? Who is that down to then? Who do you think? Because a lot of people are saying it's not a Man United signing. But do you think that Man United would have been looking at him? Who do you think have drafted up this?
I genuinely think Ten Hag. I genuinely think Ten Hag has a point to play in it. I think I read something that he made a phone call to him and that.
Yeah,
to me,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I read.
Personal, like Saeed, you're not just gonna jump on my stream if I haven't said to you, Saeed, come on my stream. You're not just gonna get a link from somewhere. There you go. At the end of the day, you directly speak with these people. Ten Hag has obviously spoke to Rabiot, sees something in him that other managers or other teams and fans haven't, and he's rocking with it. But for me, I just think there's patience and there's patience with a plan. And right now, I've got patience, but I don't see the plan inside of it. And that's going to be Man United's downfall yet again. There's a reason why Ferguson got out, you man. He won the league in 2012 with Van Persie, Kagawa, who I loved, and all them type of man. And then he had the older lot finishing out. But he realized, you know what? This cycle's coming to an end. He covered the cracks for years. Glazers have been in for nearly 17 years now. People think it's just like a sort of a recent thing. No, Ferguson was just a master of covering it. Since he's gone, we've just seen the cracks unravel every single year. We would be worse than this now if Ferguson had left earlier. So, like,
I'm not joking. If that man, I said it yesterday in a tweet. If that man was to come out and tell every single Manchester United, every Man United fan would listen to Ferguson, whatever he has to say, right? Oh. If he was to say, I'm leaving this club, I don't want to be in this mess, and you fans need to make a statement about it, I guarantee things get done quick.
Cass,
but you don't want to do that.
Ferguson in a room for an hour and just asking him any question he had to answer.
If Ferguson said Glazers out, it will be a wrap for them.
It'll be a quick rap, but he's not going to do that though. He's not going to do that. And you know what? If you love Man United, do your thing, bro, and help us, man.
Awinski says here, but that's not Eric Ten Hag's job, Mussa. His job is to manage the squad, not scout the players. Eric Ten Hag will come good. Guys, it's 92 likes until 500 people. Come on, let's get the likes up.
Nah, guys, you see the Eric
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribing as well, man.
You know what the reality is as well. Oh, go on.
Now, what Winsky don't get is what I'm trying to say is this. Every Man United fan said it when we ended the season. Anyhow we see those two midfielders, it's all loose, like all hell's breaking loose. I don't know how everyone's backsliding, you know, and going back on themselves. There isn't a Man United fan that I know in the country or abroad that said, anyhow we start the season with these two players. Like, did anyone ever think Eric Ten Hag was up? Like, we were saying this a week before the game kicked off. I don't know who was saying it. Someone was saying that there's no way he's going to start McFred.
No, it was
No,
me.
he
It was
believes
me. It was me.
Yeah, I
it was
remember
you,
that.
Kaz, yeah, it was you. Yeah. I
No,
knew
it was
he
me. I
gonna play
couldn't
them, man.
believe it.
So the fact that he's done that, I just kind of like, I'll forgive. I told you already, guys.
No, I think Brentford would be the key sign. Brentford game, Musa.
What happens if he starts them? If he starts them,
I
then
think,
what?
It's
then
a
he
out. It's
hasn't
out.
got a backbone.
Fact,
No,
like,
he
if
hasn't.
he starts him, I am done.
Yeah, I'm done.
D-O-N-E.
I'm not joking.
I will start spitting bars again. I wrote ground bars for 10 years. I will write a track on it.
You know what? I don't incite violence, and I'm not. Just don't take my point out of context, yeah. But there's a lot of men that are really, really passionate about football that go beyond. If it carries on the way it does, yeah. These peaceful protests, I fear for the worst slightly. I can't lie, because I wouldn't be surprised if man starts smashing up seats in Old Trafford and that eventually, if it continues the way it does. You know what? Another thing as well, Said, yeah. It don't matter if we do good this season. It don't. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it don't. You know what the fun fact is, we could even do well this season, but I don't think we ever become the pinnacle of success while the Glazers are in charge, regardless, bro. It don't matter how well we do this season, because there will be a season where they feel like, you done well this season, I won't inject any more money of your money.
Carry on. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, they won't inject any of our money because they're taking it out, and it don't matter ways. We'll never get onto that levels of Man City, because then they don't love football, bro. All these other clubs love football.
The owners of other clubs love football. You know, we packed up Brighton, on Sunday. I would have been happy, but slightly like, damn, because they're going to be like, oh, Ten Hag, look at these players, look what they can do.
Either way, we're screwed.
You know what I mean? So either way, we're mashed, because we could go and beat Brentford now on the weekend, then we go Liverpool game, which you man are going to, and we go and win, and everyone, big up Lozo, but everyone could then go and be like, oh my God, look, no, you can mask it. He might make a couple changes, and a few of the youngsters come in, or he plays Van der Beek and Fred, and people say, oh, this is the new pair. It's just so easy for the Glazers to think, do you know what? It's, let's cover up what's going on. Last year is the massive thing for me that showed everything. There was this protest that was going on. I think Saidi might even have been part of it, which big up to yourself for that, trying to be consistent with it, yeah. Ronaldo gets signed, Varane gets signed, Sancho gets signed. Silence. Everyone's happy again. Everyone's talking about these players coming in. We're potentially in conversations for winning the league. I heard people saying, because we signed 3 players. That's what the Glazers love. Let's sign a few, man, and boom. It would not surprise me if we get no other players coming in through this window, and we go and get De Jong in the last couple of days of the transfer window. He does the Varane thing, like I think Mussa said a few weeks ago, walks out on the pitch, and everyone's like, oh, cool. We've got De Jong. We're happy. We've got our main target. And then they forget what's ever going on again. And then 2 months later, when the results get poor, they start calling Glazers again.
I big up West, man. I don't want to cover out his actual name. Yeah, don't want to say his actual his Twitter name, but bro, it was weird, yeah, because we was in the exact same row out of pure coincidence. It was like, he's like, Cass. I'm like,
what?
Yeah. Swear down. And then you know what's funny? I was on the one end, he was at the other, and he's like, bro, there's a free seat right next to me. I'm like, let me shoot off over there. I'm too busy speaking to this old man about McTominay and that, and all this kind of stuff. And then boom, I talk about the peaceful protest. Bro, we see Mandem fighting in the stadium now.
I know.
It's
mad right
15
now.
minutes. For then, restless. I heard.
And also, even if we do empty the stadium, that's not going to be enough, bro, because that don't hurt their pockets the most. It's the sponsors. Imagine sponsoring a Premier League. The FA will have to step in if they see an empty stadium. If they keep seeing it again and again. So yeah, we get tickets and that. Then we go there, empty the stadiums, do it every game, and see how that gets broadcasted around the world.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big up Brandon Jefferson says, not a Man United fan, but do you think Eric Ten Hag will be not too class a manager you will get if he fails? The pull is there, but no support from the top. And Destroy Them says, learn from Chelsea. Lukaku, Warner didn't fit. They got rid of them. The problem is that we babysit players for years. How many more we babysit these clowns? But yeah, in terms of this question here, do you think Man United? What's the actual question?
Not a Man United fan, but do you think Eric Ten Hag will be the top class manager? That's it. It must not top class.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, like I said, man, we have to be patient. We have to give him time. But like I said to you, man, it's almost for me, yeah. You know where it is, United, yeah? I sum it up, man. We're building a little blocks here. You know these little blocks that you build here? And Man United are just literally just knocking it down every time we try and get halfway up. That's what Man United do. We don't build properly. We're still keeping players that are on high wages. We're giving out contracts, and then it becomes difficult. So I just feel like Ten Hag has got an impossible job. But right now, there's 3 weeks left of the window, Ty. Like, what would be your plan? Or what would suffice you? What would make you like think, you know what? It's gone from a 3 out of 10 window to at least an 8, 9 out of 10 window. What would be for you? Like, you know, because again, now it's going to be panic buys at the end of the
two central midfielders and a winger. And I think this is perfect because this is the point I wanted to quickly wrap up on.
No striker.
Yeah. So, no, do you know what? I'm content with having Ronaldo and Martial as our striker options. I'm going to be honest with you, Saeed, now, yeah? And some people might not like it, but Sancho and Rashford, I'm worried about the wingers, man. I'll be honest with you, we need 2 central midfielders is a must. Rabiot and another. If Rabiot and Milinkovic-Savic or Rabiot and De Jong, I'm like, cool, that can save face. But for me, Rashford and Sancho, watching them on the weekend, yeah, I love Sancho. I think he's a brilliant player, right? Excited by his preseason. But these men here can't go on the outside and can't beat people, man. Like Sancho was doing the hard part, and then it will be like, you know, make that final decision, then he'll come in and play safe. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or he just struggled with a back five, what Brighton played. And then Rashford, like, he used to be able to kick the ball past the players and outpace them. Veltman was getting him every single time. He just looked like he ran out of ideas. And I just feel like when you look at the drop-off from Rashford and Sancho to Elanga, Pellistri, Ahmad, and then you've got Garnacho.
You're right,
and
man.
let me say this now, yeah? Garnacho is better than probably Elanga. It is better than Elanga. Pellistri, I would say Ahmad is too lightweight as well. When I saw the Vallecano game, I saw stuff from Garnacho where I was thinking, do you know what? At least you're exciting. At least you're trying to do something. But he's 17. The man hasn't finished his A-levels. Like, we could not be saying to man, you're 17 years of age, you come on as the first sub for Rashford and Sancho. For me, we need a winger so much. I am going to be crying come Christmas. Because honestly, Sancho and Rashford, I love Sancho and I think he can do well, especially when he links up with Martial. But we can't just rely on Jadon Sancho in the Premier League second season. And Rashford, we don't know what we're getting anymore. Sometimes we're getting hot food, sometimes we're getting cold food.
I think even, you see me thinking anything above the midfield, for me, I can't even think about like the wingers and the strikers. I can't get past.
But we have to, man. We have to.
But Mussa, Saeed's question was what makes it for me a 7 out of 8, and I said 7, 8 out of 10 would be 2 midfielders and a winger. So what you're happy with just 2 midfielders?
Think about it, guys. We bought 3 signings in 3 months. We've had how long's the window been? Like we've had time. Okay, the last 2 months since the window's been open. Like
20 days left.
So now
we
can only get 2 people in, and we need 2 midfielders. We need 2 solid midfielders. I can wait until the January transfer window to get someone up there to do it. These men have to fight for their lives because you see when you got serious midfielders and serious ballers, it's either you're going to run for the ball that they put through, it's either you're going to go for it or you're not, but you're going to get shown up. Right now, Sancho and Rashford can play safe because of how crap this midfield is, because they're coming in to get the ball. They're coming in to support. They're coming in to play safe passes. No one's giving them that ball. When Eriksen got in there and he started to give them balls, then they started to make the moves and started to make the runs. Sometimes the play has to force you into the game. You know, like the balls have, like people like Sancho has to be also brought into the game through the midfielders and how they play the game. The midfielders are the engine of they set the tempo of how the team's going to play. Are we going to be playing safe? Are we going to be going for it? How are we going to play this game?
Musa, if we get 2 midfielders, then does that make it an 8 for you then?
If we get 2 solid midfield, if we come at this midfield with what's the other guy at flipping Lazio that we've been?
Yeah, Milinkovic.
No, he don't. That don't work. That don't work.
That's what I'm trying to say. Does that work?
No, it don't. He's an 8 or 10.
Here he's an 8 or 10, but if we get
he's an 8 or 10,
and De Jong in the middle of the park, because I know he can get himself about and he's got ability. There's one thing that I know, he's got ability.
I can't lie. Fred, Savic, and De Jong could work because Fred could then cover De Jong when he's running with the ball.
But we can't have that. We can't have that because we're getting Rabiot. Because we're getting Rabiot. That's the thing. So we can't even count.
Is it confirmed? Yeah.
No, but it's going to happen. We're in personal discussions with him.
But it's going to happen. Are these 10 hard signings though? Savage, we've been chasing for 10 years, man. It feels like
I still want the guy at Leipzig. Why don't we got the Lima guy? What's going on?
Because we don't have Ralph Ragnick, that's why.
No, that would have been good. Lima would have been ideal. Pressing Merchant and wins a lot of tackles, bro. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, his positioning is woeful. His discipline is woeful. We just got a Bruno Fernandes, again, typically by a better version that plays in an 8 and can handle himself a little bit more and is a lot quicker. But at the same time, he's reckless with it. The thing is, I like Milinkovic-Savic, but you can't. It don't work unless you got a destroyer type DM like a Lima. Then it would work. But it ain't gonna work. So we need someone like De Jong next to Rabiot, or we need a DM next to Rabiot. It depends what kind of plan you want to go. I don't know why we're not going for Mateus Nunes from Sporting for 40 million or 35 million. He's a baller, bro.
Again, we're just playing FIFA now. We're playing FIFA now.
But he's available. He's serious.
They're available for the prices we're doing because guess what?
The 45 million, the nice money.
We give Wolves our 70 million for my man. They will go and get him from Sporting and make us look like fools.
Yeah, we missed out on another player. Fulham's Palhinha we could have got for that price, 18 million. I think it was. Wow, and a DM. And he's 26.
Was gonna go Wolves before they then kept.
I know.
And then and then Fulham go and sign him, and then he balls out against Liverpool.
So you're telling me, before we wrap this this podcast up, so you're telling me, the plan for this transfer window was De Jong, Eriksen, Malacia, Alessandro Martinez, and then Anthony.
Probably. That was the plan.
That was the plan.
But where's the plan is now? Go on.
The plan right now is inshallah, bro. That's all it is. Yeah. That's all it is. And that's all it is to it. It's a free fall, bro. If we're going back on Rust on MW2, Modern Warfare 2 Rust, that's it.
Yeah. So we did get two of them. What do you call it? And even the Lisandro Martinez, let's be real, it was probably Timber first, and then it was, you know what I mean? So Lisandro Martinez was probably, but it's a good backup option, you know what I mean? We're not going to disrespect that.
Yeah, you know what? That's one positive side, Martinez.
Yeah. But that was a plan though, Tyrone. So if we don't, say now we end up with, obviously, the 3 that we've got right now, and we didn't get the 2, like, you know what I mean? It's very, very damning, man, because for me, you've seen the frailties of we played all 2 against Thingy, and now we're having to accommodate Bruno because Eriksen has to play in a different role, and I don't think Eriksen plays, if I'm being honest with you, if Ronaldo is fit, because Eriksen will be on the bench
100%.
And that's a worry.
This is what I said, like
4 out of 10.
Yeah, Eriksen's got to play in the middle of the park. I just don't know how we've got those 2 dead midfielders and Eriksen's not playing. It just doesn't make sense.
It's not even Fred's fault. He should be up the other end of the. If you had now a Garner, Fred, and Eriksen, I could look at that 3 now as Fred is an advanced 8, Eriksen doing a dictating, could do his thing, and then Garner just doing Garner because he's actually a 6 or 8, you could say.
I just worry it's a bit lightweight.
What does Fred do, people? What does Fred do?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
But what does Fred do?
I think he's got to drop Bruno, man. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know what Fred does. What does Fred do?
Yeah, he's meant to harass in the final third. That's what he's meant to do.
You know what? Fred's actually a good player. We're using him wrong.
But what does he do?
He presses and wins the ball back. Like
that's not enough. That's not enough. You can't be putting on a red shirt.
I hear that, but sometimes you need like Matuidi. But no, listen, Mussa, was Matuidi the most excellent on the ball? No, but he helped win the ball back and gave it to the players that done their thing. But he was
Matuidi did it 8 out of 10. Matuidi would do it 8 out of 10 times.
But I'll give it real. Fred shouldn't be starting for Manchester United, and that's the deal, and that is the realness of it. Yeah, he should not be starting because this is Manchester United. But we have to be real with what our team is. And as Mussa said, because I agree with you in the chat as well, Mussa, it should be our most balanced typically and our most going forward. Van der Beek in a 10, Eriksen in an 8, and let Garner do the 6 and run with that. And if you want to change it, put Iqbal on in a 6. Then maybe you can put Fred on. No. I'm saying options. I'm talking about options because what we got currently. So if you have got your options, put Iqbal on. Then that's your secondary option. I know he's not ready, but I'd rather him there and develop rather than seeing McTominay. Facts.
But what happens if we play that system? But what happens if we were playing a Brighton and Iqbal come on and he just batted up the place? Then what do people say?
Different, innit?
There you go. But listen, man, we're going to have to wrap it up here, man. Big up to everybody, man. What a show, man. Guys, if you guys haven't liked the video for this show, man, I don't know.
Hey, we better win this weekend, man.
Seriously, man. Guys, I personally don't think we're winning. I think we're going to lose. But that's just my own opinion.
You know what?
Back,
I bet we win, and then people shut up for a little bit. Guaranteed in lower tones. We don't see Sky Sports coming out with this because we're running the agenda. They want to run with it. Let's see if it happens this week as well, man.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. But big up to everybody who's watching. I think we hit 500 likes. So big up to everybody who's hit the like button. If you can leave a like on the video. Guys, make sure you go follow Never a Foul on Trafford Tunnel. Link is in the description below. These guys are next up, man. Make sure you go follow them. They're doing big things over there.
As well,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, big up.
Go on.
Obviously, Trafford Tunnel down below in the description, like Saeed said, for Man United. Never a foul for our generic stuff. I'm actually on with Statman in literally 3 minutes. So just jump straight onto Trafford Tunnel if you're here now, people. Make sure you like this video before you leave, by the way. But come on to Trafford Tunnel, and me and Statman are going to be there carrying on the Man United talk, man. So big up.
Yeah, big
Absolutely,
500
man.
likes.
Big up, man. Big up. And also, Mussa, big up to you. Resol, what you guys up to, man? Let us know, man.
Killing
week,
it, bro.
what we're doing. Yeah, this week we're just chilling. I think we're doing a shoe drive in Spitalfields Market with a company called Bubble Wrap. They sell like some mad gelato ice cream and some mad cones, some bubble wrap cones. So if you're in London,
Heady One video, is that the Heady One video?
No. So if you're in London, come down this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be in the Spitalfields Market doing a shoe drive, collecting shoes for kids going back to school.
Love that, man.
Absolutely, man. Big up to everybody.
Video,
Like
by the
I
way,
said,
that video was sick the other day. I posted off.
Respect for that, man. Respect
Love
for
that, man.
no, I appreciate it, man. Big up to everybody watching. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like. Make sure you go follow Trafford Tunnel. They're live in a little bit. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, for the Mank Talk. We are live back in the studio. So make sure you go check that one out.
Right.
6 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, man. We're back, people. Mank Talk is back. But for now, people, love. Who's in control of this transfer window? You tell me.